Spooky. And welcome to Chapter 3. As you can see, there's lots of mountains that most of us can't cross, lots of wide open space for battles, and 2 defenseless allies about to get swarmed up here in the opposite direction of the castle, but we can control them right away, so they'll be fine. First up is Lena, a cleric. It's the female version of the curate, Riss's class. She's the girl that the old guy in the village told us about last chapter. She came up here to be a one-woman Red Cross for the villagers who probably get their houses nuked by these thieves every 5 seconds, and she ended up getting kidnapped for her trouble. Remember when I said Riss was intended to hold us over until we get the better healer? This is the better healer. Her stats are all around better than his, and even though her magic starts out the same, she comes with a C rank in staves, allowing her to use higher level staves right out of the gate. Staves aren't just for healing, as she implied in the opening cutscene. The warp staff she comes with can teleport an ally to any open space on the map that they can get to normally. Any open space. Anywhere on the map. Not limited by her magic or distance or anything. I can send Julian all the way down here if I wanted to. It's nuts. Warp staff is broken in Shadow Dragon, and I hope I get the chance to show off how broken it can be later. So yeah, Lena's really good. She'll be our main healer for the most of this playthrough. Then there's Julian. He's a member of the bandit gang in this map, but he had a crisis of conscience after Lena was captured, so he betrayed them to set her free. His combat stats are subpar, but he's a thief, which means it isn't his job to fight on the front lines. His job is to open locked doors and treasure chests without needing a key, not that there are any on this particular map. Despite not being intended for combat, Julian weirdly has some of the best stat growths in the game, with a 50% chance or higher of leveling almost every stat. I guess that's to make up for the fact that he can't promote, and because you need to keep him alive for most of the game to get a lot of the optional items and chests. But starting with 4 strength and an E rank in the lowest damage weapon type in the game means he takes a lot of investment to get anywhere near as good as Ogma. I've got a soft spot for Julian, and thieves in general though, so maybe I'll give him the chance to prove himself on this run. So this death squad here, led by Edgelord Extraordinaire Navarre, is going to start chasing Romeo and Juliet as soon as they can. Julian can stay ahead of them pretty easily with his 7 movement, but Lena and her 5 movement definitely can't. So we're going to need to help them, while also pushing west towards the castle to make good time. Question is, who do we send to each front? Marth has optional talk conversations with all the new recruits in this chapter, so we'll send him north for now, and get him over to the castle later. Sita can come up here too. Let me just turn on enemy ranges, very important for this map. She can come up here too. Since she can ambush from the mountains safely, if we keep her away from this one hunter, she'll be totally fine. We'll send Cain and the archers too. Should be able to help out. Cord doesn't have a weapon, so he's going to chill in the corner. And everyone else can go to the western front. That should probably be good. Board can visit the house. There's no mercenaries on this map. Navarre used to be a mercenary in the original versions of this game. They gave him his own class because mercenary didn't have an edgy enough trench coat. Who else? Oh yeah, the actual guys. So yeah, they can get shot at by the hunter up here if you don't move them, or get stabbed by the thieves, so definitely move them down as soon as you can. They can't really do much against these guys, we kind of need to help them out a lot. So yeah, Navarre used to be a mercenary like Ogma, but they changed him from a sword-wielding infantry class to another sword-wielding infantry class. His original one didn't come with a katana folded 10 million times, so it wasn't good enough for him. Alright, let's do some conversations. No offense, but you look like you'd fall over in a strong breeze. What a nice guy Marth is. And more importantly, nobody else can reach this spot, so Sita's safe to take out the hunter. Javelin? It's kind of risky, but I don't think she dies in one hit. Yeah, she's good. Just use the javelin. Kind of want to save the wing spear. Can we get another strength level up? No. Didn't think so. We really don't want to get anybody within range of Navarre. He is very scary. We can take out this thief, though. He's gonna, yeah, he's gonna move up ahead. Please, just get D-rank lances already. I'm begging you, Kane. Guess nobody else can reach. Oh, Abel can. Does Abel double? Just barely. Perfect. And he can visit the house while he's here. Good advice. I almost feel bad for these guys. The enemies, not my team, not my soldiers. Man, Ogma, keep up. Get a horse, bud. Cord. Alright, so, you recruit Navarre by talking to him with Sita. Spoilers. Not sure how you were supposed to know that, but it works. My lady. Oh boy. So, Navarre. In terms of stats, he's a worse Ogma. In terms of growths, he's got a little less strength than Ogma and a little more speed. But Ogma's speed starts higher and you get to use him for an extra chapter, so it's kind of a wash. Sword users are the least valuable in this game because there's no good ranged sword like the javelin for lances and the hand axe for axes, so sword wielders are mostly relegated to fighting in melee range for the whole game. We've already got Marth and Ogma as pretty good sword users, plus the Cavaliers who can use swords, and even Ogma will be able to use axes after he promotes, while Navarre will always be locked to swords in his Myrmidon class line. The thing that makes Navarre good is the weapon he comes with, the Killing Edge. It's a C-rank sword that has the might of a steel sword, but isn't as heavy, and it gives a crazy plus 20% critical hit chance with each hit. Navarre's good skill combined with this means he's got decent chances of getting crits with this thing, but it's not his personal weapon and anybody can use it, so it's kind of just better to take it away from him and put it in Ogma's hands anyway. But let's see if we can show it off against the buddies Navarre just turned against. Nope. Oh well. We talked about the Canon Abel archetype in the prologue, how the Fire Emblem series kind of repeats these, I guess tropes is what you'd call them for lack of a better word, but units who kind of fill the same role as each other within the same game. Navarre started his own archetype of the kind of edgy, Eastern-themed, katana-wielding guy who starts off as an enemy, but then you recruit him by talking to him with someone that he cares about. I don't know. Tropes. I'm like taking dumb risks here, but I think it's fine. Yeah, Kane's not gonna die. Hope Castor can take a hit from one of these guys, though. He's got 4 defense, 12 attack. Yeah, he's fine. We're actually gonna warp Marth out of here, because he's got other things he needs to do. Like visit this village. That's the power of the warp staff. That's the other good thing about it. It gives crazy experience, so Lena's gonna level up pretty fast if she uses it, but gotta not try to overuse it. This isn't a good gift. So this is the Devil Axe. It only requires a D rank to use and has amazing accuracy and ridiculous might. The problem is it has a random chance of dealing its really high damage to the user instead of the target. So in this game, the chance of the backfire is 31% at base, and it's reduced by 1% for each point of luck the user has. So if I were to give the Devil Axe to, say, Barst, he has 5 luck, so it would be a 26% chance to backfire on him. And in a game where I'm actually going to try to keep everybody alive, and on a difficulty where the enemies are easy enough to take out with non-cursed weapons, it's really not worth the risk. You might think, yeah, but if I have enough health to take my own hit and a backup plan in case it happens, it's not a big deal. To which I say, correct, but there's always that slim chance you'll get a critical hit, and the Devil Axe decides it hates you today, so you critical yourself. It's kind of funny when it happens, but not so funny that I want to restart a chapter for it. Yeah, this thing's going in the convoy and staying there. Anyway, let's try to clean up some of this mess. Ogma can just barely reach, so we'll do that. Give him something to do on his turn. Ogma and Navarre have a support for some reason. I don't know, maybe they know each other because they're both mercenaries? Maybe they just bond over how much they like Sita? Who knows? Dars could die if I put him in any sort of danger. Let's see. The fighters are definitely more dangerous than the... well, yeah. I also don't really care about giving Daros experience because I'm not going to be using him. At the same time, we don't have a lot of options. So we'll put him unnecessarily at risk, why not? Oh, crap. First death, anyone? It's good that Drog hit that. That'll do 9, down to 13, and that'll kill, if it hits. Which I hope it does. See, I should have used that first map save point over there on the right. Would have helped with making sure that Daros' attack hit. That doesn't kill. Why doesn't it kill? Oh, guess we're doing this. Daros has 5 defense. These guys do 6 damage each, 12. He'll live. He'll live, but I've already shown that I'm not good at doing math, so who knows? Last house. That's how stats work. Last time I checked. Nobody else. Oh, he doesn't get doubled. Nah. Great damage output from Julian. Not really. Just off on damage. Maybe Daros can soften him up. I've never actually shown off throwing a hand axe yet, so let's try it. Whee! And that's why I haven't shown it off yet. Javelins are better because they're more accurate, even though they do a little bit less damage. And we'll use, I guess, heal Abel first, just in case. Probably doesn't need it. I kind of want to warp Navarre over to where everybody else is, not because I want him to fight, although he might, but mostly because I want to give Ogma his weapon. I should have moved Marth. This is going to take forever. Is anybody else in range to help Abel with this, besides Jagan? No. No, they're not. Oh well. Live and learn. Would have preferred to give that kill to anybody else, but it's okay. Jagan actually gets a little bit of experience from these guys, finally. It's not going to be enough for him to keep up, but it's something. They're vulnerary. Get rid of the iron sword. There's only 2 uses left on it anyway. And we'll start sending Sita left. It's kind of a poor use of a warp staff, but I don't really care. We get more anyway. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put him here. Between the 2 of them, that should let Ogma get the killing edge on this turn. Yep. And we'll start moving Marth. Probably take him like 3 or 4 turns to reach, but that's what I get for being dumb. Maybe Bars can help. So this is the boss. His name's Hyman, and with a name like that, I'd probably become a mountain bandit too. Like the last boss, he was smart enough to bring his hand axe, and he's also holding Lena's men's staff hostage. Oh no! Once again, Ogma and Abel will be the MVPs here, maybe with some help from Navarre if I can give him a different sword. This guy's scary as hell on hard mode, where he's got a lot more health, and he's strong enough to double and one-round kill most of your army at this point, so yeah. We'll see how he does on normal, though. He's usually not that bad on this difficulty. Get this thing out of here. This can be Navarre's sword. Oh yeah, they have a talk conversation, too. Riveting. So that's lame, but at least it doesn't go on for too long. If Ogma can get a crit on one of these hits, he'll pretty much, I think he'll one-shot him. 9 times 3, 27, yep. So, see if that happens. Not this time. How many hits can Abel take? 3. I'll leave it up to Ogma for now. We'll beat him up next turn if we have to. We need a couple more turns for Marth to catch up anyway. Can throw a hand axe at him. And Bars gets doubled. Not gonna do that. Come on, Ogma. This isn't why I put you in. So there's an obscure armory up here, but it's not good. It just sells like iron swords, iron axes, steel axes, hammers, and iron bows, so nothing we couldn't have gotten already and nothing I'm really interested in. Does Bars get doubled with an iron axe? Yes, he does. Man. This guy's fast, dude. We're fast, too. Ogma's too hard to take 2 hits, so we're not going to do that. Yeah, see? Already Jagan's kind of losing his potential. This should be over soon, though. There we go! Classic crit animation. One day it'll be you. No, it won't. Ogma never dies. Except that one time. Good level, too. And there's the men's staff. We can give that back to Lena. Ah, well, Hyman broke pretty easily. Nothing left to do but seize. Hey, remember Malladus from the prologue? He still exists. In the original version of this game, which didn't have the prologue, that cutscene is the first time you ever see Malladus. So this old guy randomly pops up out of nowhere and starts telling you what to do, and you have no idea who he is as a player. Again, I feel like they might have made this remake a little too faithful to the original, but regardless, that's all we've got for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Chapter 4.